Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for some yoga. My name is Katie and this is my daughter Cece, and we're going to be doing some yoga today. Today's yoga I like to call Jump for Joy. So we will be doing a lot. I'm going to start again. We're going to start again. I promise it's my last time. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Kids Yoga with Katie. I'm Katie and this is my daughter Cece. And today's yoga is called Jump for Joy. We're going to be doing some poses where we will be jumping and warming up our bodies, gaining strength and having fun, which will bring us joy. And then we're also going to be doing some poses that we're opening our hearts and doing some movements that will bring us joy in that way too. So hopefully we can feel joyful while we're doing our practice and then take that off our mats into the rest of our day. So we're going to start with, we always start with breath work, and today's breath work is called composer breath. So we're going to start by standing up on our feet, and we're going to use our fingers like a composer would when they're working with their orchestra, right? Composing their music with their musicians. And we're going to do 3 quick breaths in and 1 longer breath out. Our hands are going to go like this, out, in, out, while our breath is going quick in breath. So like, and then we will be at the top of our breath and we will need to exhale. So we're going to swing down while we exhale nice and loud. So without jumping, it looks like this. Ready? Here we go. Yeah, just like that, but we're going to incorporate jumping since it's Jump for Joy today. So we're going to do little jumps, 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 and then swinging down just like this. Here we go. We'll do it a few times in a row. Ready? Last one. Nice. All right, you should be warmed up. Your body should be feeling a little more ready for your yoga class today. And we will be starting with sun dance. So we're going to do the sun salutation. But instead of stepping back and stepping forward like we sometimes do, we're going to be jumping back and jumping forward, right? So probably we'll face, I think we should face this way. Yeah, and we're staggering so hopefully you can see both of our bodies. So starting at the top of your yoga mat with your feet together, toes touching. See how strong and tall you can feel, bringing your head a little closer to the ceiling, dropping your shoulders, and feeling very strong and stable here. Nice. We're going to start with an inhale breath, so reaching your arms up over the sky, reaching up for some warmth and sun, and exhale, bring your hands down to your feet in waterfall. Maybe shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Let your body feel nice and heavy. Good. And placing your hands on the ground in front of you, spreading your fingers nice and wide. And so they're really strong base for you. You're going to bend your knees just a little and hop your feet all the way back to the end of your yoga mat in a plank pose. Here we go. Jump. Beautiful. Let's just actually go back and forth like that a couple of times. So a little bit of a hop back in. Gather your strength and jump back your hands. Nice. Hang here one more moment. And bend your knees a little and hop back to the back of your mat. Okay, good. We'll stay here in plank. So our hips aren't up high. They're not down low. They're straight behind us. Our heels are reaching back. Your gaze is down between your fingers. Really strong here. Good. And you can lower your knees. I'll do that to show you. Cece will keep her legs straight. That's the other alternative. And we're going to drop all the way down to cobra pose. So dropping your belly and then lifting our chest. We can stay low like this. We can press a little harder with our hands. Reach all the way up to an upward dog. Nice stretch on the front side of your body. And here we're going to have our knees on the ground and we're going to press back into child's pose. So pressing your hips back, reaching your hands forward. You can put your forehead on the ground and you could even just roll your forehead left to right a little bit. Nice. And from here, we're going to lift up to table and tuck your toes under and press back into downward dog. So our hips are up. We're looking at our knees or our belly button. You can shake your head here. Beautiful. And we're getting ready for another jump. So toes together, small jump in all the way to your hands. Beautiful. Land with your knees bent and reach your arms all the way up to the sun and bring your hands back to your heart. Let's do it one more time, getting nice and warmed up. Okay, I'll talk a little less this time. So reaching up to the sky and all the way waterfall down, hands by your feet. Hands spreading, fingers spreading wide, hands are flat on the ground, and give yourself a little jump all the way back to plank pose at the end of your mat, keeping your legs straight or bending your knees. Lower your belly to the ground and go right into cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Look at your belly. Lift your hips back to downward dog. Take a big deep breath in here and out. And toes together. One more jump back to your hands. Bend your knees a little. Hop back to your hands. Reach your arms all the way up. And hands at your heart. Good. And we're just going to pause here. We're going to have our hands at our heart. We're going to close our eyes. And then you're just going to notice how you feel. We just did a lot of movement. We used our jumping to get our heart moving faster, warming up our body. And then we're just going to notice. We'll do this after every big movement. We're going to have a noticing moment. All right, beautiful. Okay, our next pose is called lizard pose. So we're going to first do a lizard stretch, and then we're going to do some lizard jumps, okay? Maybe we'll face this way this time. Shake it up. Okay, so lizard pose starts. You can come down to your hands and your knees, tabletop pose, and we'll press up to plank pose. So pressing up to plank, lifting up your knees, and we'll start maybe with our left foot, okay? So bringing your left foot onto the outside of your left hand. Good, so here's your lizard stretch. You should be feeling your lizard stretch in both of your hips in kind of different parts, the front of your right hip, the outside of your left hip. See if you can open up your chest here a little bit, right? Not so rounded in your back, but a little more open in your chest. You can even drop your back knee, get a little more stretch there. Good, and now we're gonna switch sides. So step your left foot back, and then we're gonna step our right foot forward into the other side of a lizard pose, right? So again, opening up your chest, and we're feeling the stretch here in the left front side of our leg, our right outside hip. Maybe you drop your knee here just to get a little bigger stretch. And then back to plank pose. Now we're gonna add the jumps, okay? So left foot forward into lizard. You can come up on your fingertips or keep your hands flat, whatever works for you. And we are literally gonna just jump all the way into your right lizard. Ready, go. Jump. Beautiful. Ready, go. Jump. Beautiful. Let's do it a few more times. Ready, go. Jump. Ready, and jump. Maybe we can go a little faster. Ready, and jump, and jump, and jump, and jump. Two more. Jump, jump. Beautiful. All right, jump your feet together. Come down to your knees. Maybe shake your hands out. I'm getting warmed up. Are you feeling warmer? Mm-hmm. Definitely. You can put your hands together and roll them in a circle. And then we're going to sit with our hands on our knees. And we're going to just have a quiet moment where you can notice how your body feels. I can feel my heartbeat faster than it was before. I definitely feel like I have a warmer face and my whole body feels warmer. So just notice how you feel. All right, so while we're here, we're gonna go into our next pose, which is gonna be first a stretch and then some jumping. So we're gonna do frog stretch and some frog jumps. So coming up to your toes, and then just kind of hopping your feet out a little bit. You can have your toes pointing away from your body to make it a little more easy to stretch. Some people like to keep your toes facing forward, so whatever's more comfortable. Your elbows are inside your knees, and your hands can come to your heart, right? So here's a nice frog stretch here. Feeling that on the inside of your thighs and the outside of your thighs. And we can put our left hand down, do an extra little heart opener, bring some joy in, reaching our right hand up to the sky. And then we'll switch and we'll put our left hand or our right hand down, bringing your left hand up to the sky, feeling a stretch on your back and on your chest and in your arms. And then bring your hand back down, hands at your heart. Now we're gonna do some jumping, ready for some more warmth, bringing warmth into our body. So we're gonna do 3 small jumps, and then we're gonna do 3 big jumps. then we'll meet back here to notice how our body feels. So the small jumps are just gonna be some little hops on your toes, okay? Do 3 in a row. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Big jumps all the way up. Watch the light. Okay, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Back down to frog. Nice. I feel like we should do that again, don't you think? Yeah. Sure. Okay, 3 small, 3 big. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 3 big. 1, 2, 3. Back to frog pose. Here we're just gonna notice. So hands at your heart, shoulders down. Maybe close your eyes. Feel your heart beating faster. Notice what you feel in your body. Awesome. Okay, time for another jumping moment. This one is another animal, actually. We're gonna do some donkey kicks. Okay, so I know I've mentioned this in yoga before, and I always tell my class, you always wanna take care of your body. So if donkey kicks look like this, I'll just show you one. You're gonna come to your hands and knees, lift your knees up, keep them bent a little, and then you're just gonna sort of kick up in the air, right? Little donkey kicks. If that's tricky for you, you don't wanna fall on your head, you can put a little pillow here, but also just keep your kicks small, right? Just little hops are even good. Some of us can kick our feet all the way up, so we will be careful. We'll keep our knees bent. Yeah, so we're gonna start with hands and knees, and we'll just do a handful of them. So flip your toes under, press your knees up a little, and let's start with 5. We'll do 2 sets of 5, okay? Here we go, Stacey, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 more, 5, and come down to your hands and knees. Take a little breath. Don't you love those? I always think those are so fun. Okay, let's do 1 more set. Maybe you try to make it a little bigger, or maybe you're feeling kind of tired, so you want to just make this one a little bit smaller. All right, spreading your hands nice and wide, coming onto your knees, flip your toes under, and press your knees up. Ready for 5 more donkey kicks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it, and all the way down to your knees. Beautiful. We're gonna notice how we feel. So maybe just have your hands on your knees. Maybe your hands are in front of your heart. Good way. And close your eyes. Just feel how you feel in your body. What do you notice? Okay, good. All right, we have done so much jumping, and we're gonna change it a little bit more to the joyful part, okay? We have a couple of partner poses here. And if you don't have a partner, that's okay. You can still kind of do the movement in a similar way. So I'll show you some options. Our first one's called partner fountain. So if you do have a partner, you want to come stand on this one? You are going to promise your partner, I will take care of you if you take care of me. You're going to start by holding forearms, right? So you're going to grasp your partner's forearms, and they're going to grasp yours, because you're going to lean away from each other using your body weight, and you want to make sure you're holding onto each other tightly. So maybe you're about a foot away from each other, maybe a little closer. You can kind of adjust, keep your arms straight, and are you ready? When your partner's ready and you're ready, you're going to lean away from each other, holding on nice and tight. Look up to the ceiling. Good. And making sure that your chest is open, right? We don't want to round our shoulders here. You want to open up your chest, look up. So we're doing a heart opener pose here, which will bring some more joy. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. And before you come back, because you're holding your partner right now, you want to make sure that they're ready. Cece, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come up together. Beautiful. If you don't have a partner, you can do a pose like that. Maybe we'll do a similar one, Cece, where you just put your hands behind your legs, and you want to face me just so they can see us. And you can just look up to the ceiling, and you can use your hands against the back of your legs to sort of like hold, make sure you don't go too far. So you're doing the same pose, opening up your heart and your chest just by yourself. Beautiful. Very flexible. Okay. Our next partner pose is another, I just call it the heart opener pose, and actually my kids love when we do this. So if you have a partner, one of them, which I'll go down first, is going to go into child's pose, and Cece, you're going to go on the other side of me. And they're going to carefully sit on your back, facing away from you, and then carefully lay down back to back and open up your arms to a T. Okay, so I'll kind of cue that as I'm laying here. So partner one will do child's pose, forehead on the ground, like this. Partner two will sit on my hips. I'm ready for you, Cease. Yeah, maybe scooch down toward the bottom of my back a little bit more. Yeah, nice. Okay, and then you're gonna just lay down. Yeah, head to head. I wanna make sure you guys can hear me. Arms out like a T to the side. Beautiful. And let's just take 2 breaths here. And you can even feel your partner's breath on your back. And 1 more breath in and out. Does that feel good? Mm-hmm. And then to get up, you're gonna just do the opposite. So bring your arms in. You can use your arms to help you sit up a little bit and carefully come off of your partner and release, and then switch sides. Ready? Mm-hmm. And actually, instead of switching sides, if you're at home with a partner, I'll let you switch sides. But if you don't have a partner, let's show what you would do if you don't have a partner. If you don't have a partner, you can just sit down and lay on your back and put your arms up to the side. So we'll do a T pose, right? So laying on your back and putting your arms straight out to the side, right? You can keep your feet on the floor. And then even though you are not like leaning on somebody's back and having your arms very, very open, you can still feel a nice stretch across your chest like this. And your heart is just exposed. So it's this beautiful moment that we don't do a lot because a lot of us are sort of rounded over our devices and our papers and things like that. So take 1 more breath here. And then let's come back to sitting. And we'll do 1 more heart kind of opener and spinal twist to bring some joy into our bodies. And then we'll head into Savasana. So we're gonna do thread the needle pose. So thread the needle is on hands and knees. So yeah, maybe we'll face this way. And we're gonna start in tabletop pose. Good, and we'll start with our right hand. So we're gonna reach your right hand up away from you. I'm gonna sort of cue you. Look at your right hand as it comes toward the ceiling. Good, and then the space between your leg and your arm, you're gonna thread this arm straight through, and your right shoulder will be laying on the ground. Your left arm will stay here in like a 90-degree angle, and you can kind of use that to push against the floor if you want to twist a little bit more. Opening up your hand. So here we're stretching our spine, we're sort of wringing it out. Yeah, and take 1 more breath here. And exhale, and as you inhale again, press with your left hand and come all the way back to tabletop. And then we'll switch sides. So we're gonna lift our left arm up, spread your fingers wide, here's your chest opener, and then we're gonna thread right through that space that you made with your arm and your leg. Good, and then here we're getting a nice spinal twist, which is good for like your whole entire body. Feels so nice from the top of your spine to the bottom of your spine. Taking 1 more breath here, and then as you exhale and then inhale again, pressing with your right arm, coming all the way back to tabletop. And then we'll just sort of scoot your legs down, cross your legs, let your feet come in front of you. We're gonna lie down slowly, slowly for our last pose of Savasana. Savasana is such a beautiful pose because all you have to do is lay here and let the ground hold you up. So our hands on our palms are facing up toward the ceiling, and our legs are just laying there nice and relaxed. Beautiful. Our eyes are closed, and we're just letting the ground hold us up. We did a lot of poses today to help us feel joyful, bring some joy into our bodies. So maybe as we sit here, we can just think about what brings us joy in our lives. Maybe it's, oh, you're supposed to say that. And you're thinking about all these things, it's okay. What brings us joy in our lives? Maybe it's certain people. You can bring those to your mind. Maybe it's your friends, your parents, your brothers, sisters. Maybe you have animals in your life that bring joy. Maybe it's something that you love doing out in nature, or a sport that you love playing. to just bring those things to your mind. It's really nice to bring joyful things to your mind. It actually makes your whole mind, body, spirit connection be happier and more joyful. So take one more breath here in, and a nice long breath out, holding in all that joy in your mind. And then take a slow, relaxed, bringing your knees up to your chest and hugging them in, giving yourself a nice loving hug here. And then keeping your eyes closed, roll to one side, maybe to your left side, and cradling your head with your arms. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly, carefully pressing all the way up to a seated position, legs crossed in front of you, hands at your heart. You can keep your eyes closed or just a soft gaze down in front of you, hands at your heart. And we always close our yoga with saying namaste, which means the light inside of me sees the light inside of you, and together we are one. So taking a breath here and saying namaste, 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 Cece. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys all leave your yoga mats and have a very joyful day, and yeah, a joyful week. Namaste.